The rental bookings are back in business here in Southwest Florida. Check out this episode of Really Mary and figure out how you can get your investments to pay off too.
Really, Mary?
Hi, it's Mary Bartos with the Bartos Group of Premier Plus Realty, and we are at Really Mary. Today, my guest host on the Really Mary show is David Vannavong from Island Escapes. Hello, David. How are you?
Really, Mary? Really?
Yes, it is. It is really, Mary.
Thanks for having me.
We've had the pleasure to have you on a number of our shows in the past, and I always love having you on a regular basis because rental properties are a great way for our owners to get income back when they're not living here full time. And if they just want to use it as a little vacation place and then, get some rental income to pay for it. So it's always great to have you and your perspective. And coming out of what we've just come through, I'm not even sure we're out of it with COVID-19. I know, David, talk to us right now. How are you doing turnover and how has that process changed?
Sure. Well, right now we are taking extreme measures, aside from what we used to do, we're taking it to the next step by providing our tenants with disinfectant sprays, additional soaps, taking linens and everything we can off the property. We're also limiting kitchen items as well. We're making sure that those are cleaned as well. We're supplying signs on the homes just to make sure that everyone's safe. Even their pets, if they bring pets, we make sure that everyone is safe when they're in the home, and then for the following tenant that comes in thereafter as well.
That's really important because, David, although probably your bookings have reduced during, March to July, when they opened us back up, you still had people that were here on property, right?
We still had some tenants that were here that couldn't leave and ended up staying longer than they were supposed to, which was great. Who doesn't want to spend a pandemic in paradise with us here? So we were okay. We all got through it. So
then they opened us up. When did they open us back up for rentals?
I think was it about a month ago? I don't have the exact date.
Seems like it.
Yeah, once that opened up, we got a flux of bookings. It was literally like a whole new season for us when that opened up. We got people mainly from Florida. That's our number one tenant was from Florida. Nobody wanted to fly, so they wanted to do a staycation. We had people driving here, so we had to, accommodate them as well. So.
Exactly. Well, and some places couldn't even travel yet.
Yeah. We still have foreigners that aren't accepted here yet, so we were unable to book to them, and we'd have to cancel them if they were supposed to come here. So.
Right, and when you say foreigners, you're talking about people from the UK or
people from other,
right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, which with Island Escapes, you do a huge business in the summer with people coming from across the pond.
Yeah, we're still holding on to them right now. We're working with our travel agencies that primarily book through us. Their time frame is primarily July, August. So we're holding off as much as we can. There's a lot of things that are happening, such as flights. When we do open up, we have to contend with their flight items such as that. So
yeah, and some of those I'm sure are having to quarantine when they get here.
Yes, I'm sure that they're probably going to have to quarantine for 14 days, such as New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. Anybody coming from there right now have to book with us for 14 days minimum.
Right, and then be quarantined, and then they can move about freely. The good news is that we are not a hot spot here in Southwest Florida.
Right.
We don't require masks to be worn in public, which some places do.
Yeah.
Our cases are very low. So we are a desirable destination for people that want to get out of those areas that, haven't gotten COVID or maybe have had COVID and they're past it. So now they want to just get out of the mess of it all.
Correct. Everyone wants to get out into the real world after what we just went through. So.
Absolutely. David, are you seeing anything different between your condo bookings and your single family home bookings?
Not really. I'm seeing that the bookings are being made at the last minute. So right now our booking window, what used to be, weeks out or a month or so out, people are booking last minute, 15-day window roughly. So we are still getting bookings. We're still about in line with what we did last year. But again, they're last minute bookings. They're not advanced bookings right now. People are just
Yeah.
watching, they're inquiring about how is Marco Island open? Are the beaches open? Is, things like that. And we're saying, yes, we are. So
Yes.
people don't know that.
Yeah. Our beaches are open, like you just
Yep.
said. Our restaurants are open.
Yep.
We're in phase 2. So in phase 2, where a lot of people are still in phase 1,
Mhm.
our restaurants can occupy, almost 100% outside. Inside, there's still, about 50%.
Correct.
Which is really great because when you come on vacation, part of the vacation experience
Yes.
isn't just the beach and the boating, but also where you're going to eat.
Yes.
We have some great restaurants, I might add, that people can go to because I don't know about you, David. Maybe your wife is a great cook, but in my house, I couldn't wait for the restaurants to open up.
Oh yeah, yeah. My first day out was Cinco de Mayo, so.
I love it. You're having margaritas and some.
Oh yeah.
Mexican food.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Now, let's talk about, rentals are coming. I think it's interesting that you said you're about the same as you were last time. Is that just?
That's just the occupant. Let me see. The occupancy is about, it's pretty close, but the revenue I'm seeing is a lot more because we are on a dynamic pricing system. So what that tells me is that people are booking, last minutes, and we're getting a lot higher rates. So if you wait for the last minute, you're going to pay, a premium, and that's what we're seeing. Even though, yes, the bookings are a little bit, the reservations are a little bit less, we're still getting more money because people are waiting for that last minute.
Well, I want you to go back because as, an investor and why choose Island Escapes to put my property in.
Yep.
Talk about that a little bit because you just said something, the booking process that you use. Talk about that in more detail.
Yeah. So we aside from, the photography that we do, the drone footage and the tours that we do, we're on a dynamic pricing platform. So what that does is rather than have a flat rate system, and you can have a floor rate, right? So let's just say I don't want to go below 1,400. We can set it to 1,400 as a low, and then there's a pivoting point where we can go as high as we want. Back I think a couple years ago we used to be on a flat rate system where we would have to set it to like, I don't know, $2,000 in the summer for a week. Well, now we could set it to $2,000 for the week, but if the property or the island gets booked up, it's supply and demand. Your rates could be fluctuated up to 2,500 or even 3,000 based on island occupancy. So,
it's great because those last minute bookings, everybody wants to book, but you pay more. So, knowing that, and you have the systems in place to match with that so that your investors, your homeowners are getting the most for their property.
Exactly.
Now, we've got a number of properties together, but specifically some single family homes on Spinnaker. They're very two different properties. Talk about those properties and the kind of income that you can produce in a property like that.
Well, Spinnaker is kind of like a well-known road, right? It's a road that leads right to Tiger Tail Beach. So before you even enter the beach, you see Spinnaker. So the homes that are on that produce great income. Everyone knows that any home that's on Spinnaker is right near the beach. They're probably going to be on a canal. It's hitting all the checkpoints of a perfect rental property too. So.
Absolutely. And, the good thing is those are bringing in north of $100,000.
Most of the homes on Spinnaker could produce over $100,000 gross income per year. They stay booked through the summer. So they're great. It's a great location,
Having a capitalization rate for my investors out there of, 8 to 10% on gross is a phenomenal investment because, of course, stock market can go up and down, but bonds are like worth zero. It's almost like we're paying the government to hold our money. It's that low. So if you're looking for someplace with dirt to put your money in that has appreciation and will pay for itself, an investment property is one of them. A couple, David, that I wanted to mention. We have the lowest price wing unit for any of you out there that knows South Seas Towers. The wing units have those beautiful extra bank of windows. South Seas Tower 4, 303, two bath wing unit is getting 40,000 plus a year in income. That can be higher. The reason that we've had is, they've had some building repairs and some other things.
Yeah.
So it, takes a little bit out of that. Obviously COVID, we weren't renting, those kind of things. So, that's a very low estimate of what you could get in that property.
Yep.
In addition, we have a property on Flamingo, and that property is a 3-bedroom. I'm going to have him switch this for a hot minute. It's $19,000. It's a $919,000. It's a 4-bedroom home that's walking distance to the Maple entrance or to the Marriott, 2.5 bath, 123 square feet, built in 2017. And right now, first year rental income is like $75,000. They hadn't rented it before, and their estimate is $75,000. That should probably produce around $90,000. Again, 10% capitalization rate on gross. So we've got some great properties at different price points, depending on what you want to get into. If you're looking to invest, from a standpoint of putting it into a rental pool, David, how many homes do you currently manage in your rental business?
We have primarily single-family homes. I would say roughly around 100 properties, or maybe 100. We have a total about 130, 140 right now. A mixture.
Okay.
The majority of them are going to be single-family homes. So roughly 100.
Yeah, those condos, have condo fees and, different things. So it just depends. And, each are really great investments. David, I don't know if I ever told you this, but my first investment here in Southwest Florida was in South Seas Towers.
Yep.
I was in Tower 3. I looked south. I had a really low floor. I had a second floor unit. That beast, I think I paid like a little over $200,000. So look at how appreciated, right? Right in the early 2000s. And I was getting north of 20,000. I think we were getting anywhere between 25 and 30,000 a year with repeat guests, which were great. That, you have a well done property when you get those people that want to come back year over year. And by the way, my folks that are out there that are looking to invest, the end of the day, a repeat visitor is going to buy things for your unit, your home. They're going to take really good care of it. Where we get a little more beat up is the weekly ones that are going in the summer and the fall and the spring. But David, wouldn't you agree that's where the money is made?
Yeah, good money is made during, in the summers as well. As long as you have your protocols in place, such as insurance, damage waivers, and whatnot, your property will maintain itself throughout the whole year. So there shouldn't be anything to worry about if you have those items inspected, repaired, and someone accountable for those, items. So.
Well, and if you were only relying on winter season, because we have a lot of monthly rentals, right? Would you agree that a weekly rental or a daily rental is going to be best for rental income?
Yes. A weekly is going to make a lot more than you will on a monthly property. Majority of our monthly properties will primarily do January, February, March, and possibly even April. But the weeklies just get booked all year round. So. Exactly.
And that, to me, that's where the extra cash comes from, because when you can book those, quote, shoulder months in the summer, in my world, that's the best place to be.
Yeah.
David, what kind of parting thoughts do you have today?
I think Marco Island is a fantastic place. You're a great realtor, and between you and I think we'll service your clients very well, and they'll be happy to hopefully buy another one.
Yeah, because you know what, we do have many people that buy multiple properties.
Exactly,
the income they want.
Yeah.
They're getting the appreciation on it, and then they just want to do it again.
Exactly.
So, David, it is always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you again so much.
You as well.
Really, Mary, I'm Mary Bartos with the Bartos Group of Career Plus Realty. And David, go ahead, give it one more, really, Mary.
Really, Mary.